In the past 20 years, there have been huge advances in the understanding of childhood illness. Diseases that were thought to be untreatable now have cures. But the battle is by no means won, and medical pioneers are as important now as ever.
You know, sweetie, I have you come all the way this way towards me.
Not all innovation requires a high-tech approach.
Beautiful. Okay, turn around. Right there for a second.
In the basement of the hospital, Ingenuity is driving a unique program. It's called serial casting and is helping children with cerebral palsy improve the way they stand and walk.
Ring around the rosy, a pocket full of posy. 1, 2, 3, and we all fall down. Good job. Wow.
3-year-old Jacob is learning to stand for the first time in his life.
I think that he's probably excited about it, but nervous enough that it overrides right now, and I think it's also tiring. He hasn't used these muscles before. And to use them for a long time like this, again and again, is hard when you're just getting used to it, but he's doing very, very well.
The treatment involves a series of weekly plaster casts applied to the children's legs to lengthen their calf muscles. It was set up 10 years ago by orthotist Moira Tobin Wickes and physical therapist Mary Weck. It's the only program of its kind in America.
How do you feel? I guess pretty good.
Well enough to play.
Yeah, they need to feel very comfortable. If the kids are crying, that's a big red flag for us, that they're not either in the right position, too much pressure on a bone, or they're being stretched. So they have to be very comfortable.
It's a departure from the traditional method of lengthening muscles through surgery.
To think that maybe these kids were on their way to have surgical procedures, and now, for right now, I know they won't, and maybe if I can hold on to them, and maybe if we can keep them going with their braces and their walking and everything else is right in the world, maybe that they won't have to have surgery. And I think as a parent, that would be a wonderful reward for me, and that's, you know, that's my goal with them.
Cerebral palsy is a chronic disorder caused by damage or faulty development in the part of the brain that controls movement. It affects more than 500,000 Americans.
Let's walk back to the frog.
4-year-old Alex McQueen is typical of many children with the condition. His calf muscles have not grown long enough, and he is only able to walk on his toes. His mother, Donna, is concerned about the effect this has on his balance.
Is he there? You gonna touch him? Okay. The wind blows and it knocks him down. Literally, in the fall and spring when it's windy, he falls down. If another kid in his class brushes past him, he completely loses balance and falls down.
So we're putting lots of cotton over these bones. Feel all right?
Today, Alex is getting the first of his weekly plaster casts.
Pretty tired, buddy?
They're carefully molded to keep his calf muscles tense without applying too much pressure.
We do not stretch the muscle at all. We apply a slight amount of tension to the muscle, and in that way we can add fibers to that muscle to get the muscle to grow, and that provides us a means of strengthening the muscle. Because these muscles are not only very short, but they're very weak.
That's your piggies.
Yeah, like that. Perfect. That's perfect.
There we go. Okay, actually I'm just going to ask you to, yeah.
As Alex's calf muscles begin to grow, his ankles will become more flexible.
So I'm happy.
He will need new casts each week for at least the next 2 months.
You think you like them? It's a major commitment. And when I learned of the major commitment back in the spring, I went home and said, how am I going to do this? But you have to do it. Right? We got to get these leggies strong so you can jump and run, right? Why is one so wide? Just the wrapping.
In the serial casting unit, Alex McQueen has just had his most recent set of casts removed. He is already walking better than at the start of the program.
All right. Wow. That is great. Wow.
His legs are carefully measured to see how much his calf muscles have grown.
Okay, so we're halfway done.
Yes. Well, we're more than that if you think of where we've come from.
Can you still not estimate?
No, still can't.
Okay.
Just depends on how much growth hormone it produces. Excuse me.
I ask the same question every week. Can you predict? And they can't. So we'll probably go the long haul and go until December 1st, I think. I wish it would be done sooner, but I'm committed to the program, so however long it takes, it takes. I mean, it could take even longer. It could take 16 weeks. But I hope not, because snow will be here soon. Come here, you.
Okay, keep going.
Orthotist Moira Wickes is well aware of the hard work involved for the families. She's a mother of 5 boys.
It's a huge commitment for the families, and really it's not up to me to talk the families into it. I'm thrilled with the outcomes, but as a parent to another parent, and that's basically how I speak to these families, it's really up to them to decide if this program is right for them.
Is he tired?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. Nothing's hurting, you think?
No.
The exciting thing is that these families have choices now, and they can decide what's best for them.
What color today?
For Alex's mother, the improvement in mobility makes everything worthwhile. He will get a new set of casts and be back at the hospital next week. Two months ago, Alex McQueen started on the serial casting program. Today, he's having his last pair of casts removed.
Are we gonna have some dirty piggies under there?
Yeah.
They're gonna be full of sand and dirt.
What else you got in there? Let's see.
Let's see, how dirty are they? Ew, stinky, stinky.
Today is our last day. Alex has met all 8 of his measurements, and we're getting our daytime orthotics and our nighttime splints, and we'll be done. The first day and today are the happiest days of this whole process. Knowing we don't have to come back anymore.
On your tummy, please. Woo! That's a boy. Where's these little legs? There they are.
Physical therapist Mary Weck makes one last set of measurements.
Over you then, okay? Good?
My teeth.
I think your feet are nice and loose now, so I don't think we're going to need more casts. I think they're really good now.
Yes, sir.
What do you think?
They are really
They don't
loose.
push anymore. Do they know how to let go? That's a boy. Good job.
Alex's calf muscles have grown significantly in the 2 months his legs have been in plaster casts. Before he started the program, he could only walk on his toes. Now he can put his feet flat on the floor. He just needs to practice his walking.
Good job, Alex. Good job. There you go. Good work. Good work. Okay, come on back this way now. Ready? Nice job. Whoa, very, very nice. Okay, go.
My little baby.
Toes up. 4. One more time.
To keep his ankles flexible, Alex must exercise every day and wear braces for at least the next year. For his mother, Donna, all the hard work is worth it.
Good job. You can do it. That's great.
I think he'll be able to participate in a lot more activities. Like at school, when they have playground time, circle time, he'll be able to get in and more easily, run around, not run, like a regular child does. I think it'll just bring him closer to fitting in.
See that line?
Alex's success is comparable with many of the 600 children, the majority with cerebral palsy, who have gone through the serial casting program.
You can sit Indian style now, like all the other kids when you're sitting in class. Isn't that neat? You couldn't do that before.
I would say probably 90% of the kids who come through the program are able to achieve their goal, and their goals are huge. They're kids who cannot take weight, kids to be able to stand independently, very unstable, to being stable, kids who can walk on their toes but are falling all the time, to walking beautifully where someone out on the street wouldn't even know that they had the diagnosis of cerebral palsy. So the results are really incredible.
Moira hopes to develop similar serial casting programs at other hospitals.